8 car brands nobody buys anymore, and they're slashing prices by 25 to 40%. But what dealers won't tell you is that these desperate discounts are already way too late. While you'd expect obscure brands that nobody's heard of, these are mainstream names you absolutely know, brands that were once iconic and dominated American roads, but now they're fighting for survival because reliability and trust have completely collapsed. Dealerships are sitting on months of inventory while buyers stay away, and because they're desperate to move metal, they're sacrificing margins entirely, which only drives brand value further down. Prices are plummeting, yet buyers still aren't coming back, because discounts can't buy back lost trust. In this video, you'll see exactly which 8 brands are crashing hardest and why price cuts won't solve their problems. And number 1, it's an American icon that could disappear within 3 years if their electric gamble fails catastrophically. Number 8, Nissan. Dealers are drowning in inventory that nobody wants to buy, and they're offering discounts up to 20% just to get cars off their lots. Yet customers keep walking away because the brand's reputation has collapsed so dramatically that even massive price cuts can't overcome the damage. The core issue? Their CVT transmissions have turned into a reliability nightmare that's destroyed consumer confidence across the entire lineup. When was the last time you heard someone excited about buying a Nissan? Probably never, because these transmissions fail at alarming rates, often requiring complete replacements that cost $4,000 or more, and while the company extended some warranties to address the backlash, it was too little too late. Social media is flooded with horror stories from owners whose transmissions died at 60,000 miles, and this word-of-mouth destruction is something no marketing budget can fix, because potential buyers now see Nissan as a gamble they're not willing to take, regardless of how cheap the sticker price gets. Number 7, Mazda. They tried to escape the budget brand trap by going premium, but this strategy is backfiring spectacularly, and dealers are now stuck with CX-50S and CX-90S that collect dust for months despite glowing automotive press reviews. The problem? They price themselves into no man's land where they're too expensive to compete with Honda and Toyota, yet they lack the luxury badge recognition to justify those premium prices, which leaves buyers asking a simple question: why pay more for a Mazda? Korean brands offer better warranties and more technology for less money, while Japanese competitors have decades of proven reliability. So Mazda ends up being nobody's first choice. Their excellent driving dynamics, once their core selling point, simply don't matter anymore when buyers are comparing spreadsheets of features and calculating total cost of ownership. Because in today's market, the emotion doesn't win unless you've got the brand prestige to back it up. And Mazda doesn't. Number 6, Jeep. What happens when an iconic American brand built on rugged adventure becomes synonymous with constant dealer visits? Sales collapse, and that's exactly what's happening here. Because reliability problems have gotten so bad that even the legendary Wrangler can't escape the damage. J.D. Power consistently ranks this brand in the bottom quartile for quality, with electrical failures and transmission issues plaguing models across the lineup, yet dealers still try to charge premium prices based on heritage alone. Here's the brutal truth. Adventure and freedom don't mean much when your Grand Cherokee spends more time in the service bay than on the road. Owners are documenting their frustrations all over social media, creating a viral reputation crisis that no marketing campaign can overcome. And while the brand still has loyal fans who love the lifestyle image, that loyalty is eroding fast because modern buyers simply won't tolerate unreliability at any price, regardless of how iconic the 7-slot grille looks. Number 5, Volkswagen. Dieselgate may have faded from headlines years ago, but the trust damage lingers like a permanent stain that no amount of discounting can wash away. When a company deliberately cheats emissions tests and lies to millions of customers, the market doesn't just forget, and that's why VW still offers incentives thousands of dollars higher than competitors just to get buyers to consider them. The real problem isn't just the scandal's aftermath. It's that their rushed EV transition has been a disaster of delays and half-finished software, which means they're now failing at both their past and their future. ID4 owners report going to dealers multiple times just to get basic features working that should have been ready at launch, And when you combine a dishonest history with a botched electric strategy, you get a brand that nobody trusts anymore, regardless of how good the engineering might actually be. Before we continue, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Let's move on. Number 4, Buick. The average buyer here is 62 years old. And while that might not sound fatal on its own, it becomes an existential crisis when you realize that nobody under 40 even considers this brand, which means they're literally waiting for their customer base to age out of the market. Ask any millennial or Gen Z buyer about Buick, and you'll get blank stares or jokes about their grandparents because the brand has become completely invisible to younger generations despite decades of advertising spending. What makes this even worse is that the cars themselves aren't terrible. The Envision and Encore are perfectly adequate vehicles. But adequate doesn't win in today's market when Korean competitors offer more features, longer warranties, and actually appeal to buyers under retirement age. GM executives know this brand is redundant in their portfolio. And unless something dramatic changes, Buick will eventually join Pontiac and Oldsmobile in the automotive graveyard. Number 3, Ford. When America's best-selling vehicle for over 4 decades suddenly needs steep discounts just to move off dealer lots, something has gone terribly wrong. The F-150, once so dominant that buyers paid over sticker price and waited months for delivery, now sits in massive inventory piles, with dealers offering thousands in incentives, and this isn't just about one model, it's a quality crisis affecting the entire lineup. Recalls have become so frequent that customers have stopped keeping track, with the Bronco suffering roof problems, the Mach-E facing software glitches, and even the F-150 Lightning having battery concerns. When your reputation for building tough, reliable trucks gets destroyed by constant warranty issues and production failures, discounts can't fix the fundamental problem, because truck buyers are the most brand-loyal customers in automotive, and once you lose them, they don't come back. Number 2, Chevrolet. This one might surprise you because on paper they're still moving volume, but here's what those numbers hide. A catastrophic discount addiction that's destroying the brand's long-term value while training customers to never pay full price. Silverados and Equinoxes that should sell on merit now require massive incentives month after month. And dealers have normalized employee pricing for everyone to the point where MSRP has become completely meaningless. The real damage shows up in resale values, where 3-year-old models lose approximately 7% more value than comparable Toyotas and Hondas, which translates to thousands of dollars in additional depreciation that current owners are eating. When you combine constant discounting with heavy fleet sales to rental companies just to pad volume numbers, you get a brand that looks successful on spreadsheets but is actually teaching an entire generation of buyers that Chevrolet equals cheap. And once that perception sets in, reversing it becomes nearly impossible. Number 1, Cadillac. America's most iconic luxury brand is betting everything on an electric future that its own customers don't want, and this gamble could kill the company within 3 years if it fails. The Lyriq launch has been a disaster of delays and broken promises, with dealers investing millions in EV infrastructure only to receive a trickle of actual vehicles to sell. And this production failure is destroying the already fragile relationship between GM and its dealer network. Here's the existential crisis. Fewer than 30% of current owners want electric vehicles as their next purchase, which means they're alienating their loyal customer base while trying to attract buyers who already have better options from Tesla, Mercedes, and BMW. Unlike European luxury brands that can balance electric transitions with continued combustion engine sales, they've gone all in on EVs with no backup plan. And if adoption rates don't meet projections or infrastructure development falls short, there's no safety net. When you force a century-old luxury brand to abandon what made it successful and bet everything on technology that your core customers reject, you're not building the future. You're risking extinction. These brands prove that discounts can't fix broken trust, failed strategies, or customers who've already walked away. Which one surprised you most? Drop a comment below.